Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm making sewing videos and outfit ideas, upcycle mostly. And if you're interested, then of course hit that subscribe button. But today I'm going to do something that is a little bit different, but still on the fashion clothes subject, which I love. And if you're here, then you probably love it too. This is a professional video on a very important subject, which is why my hair is up and I'm talking to a knitting needle with a bow on it. Yeah. Anyways, I waited for my microphone to arrive, but it didn't, so I'm using a knitting needle and a bow on it as my microphone for this video. Hopefully the audio will be okay. I just didn't want to wait until like winter to post this video because I'm talking about spring and summer. What I'm saying in this video can be for all of the seasons, but because I'm talking about my experience in the spring and summer, I thought that it will be better if I uploaded it already. So let's talk about why don't I buy as much clothes as I used to, and how is it that I only bought like 5 items this spring and summer. And honestly, I think you can even call it like 4 items because one of it was when I was on vacation, and I think that when you're on a vacation, it's kind of natural that you buy something from another country because you're in another country and you might see something that you really wanted and liked and didn't find anywhere else, and maybe it's even cheaper, so makes sense that you will buy something. And I'm proud of myself that I only bought one thing, a dress that I really like the style of and I wanted for a long time, something like this in the same color, the same vibe. So I'm happy with this purchase and I'm not regretting it, and I think that it is okay to do that sometimes if it's something that you really want. So let's get started on all of the reasons of how and why I'm not buying as much of and why I bought only 5 items. The first reason of why I only bought 5 pieces of clothing this spring and summer and why I'm not buying as much clothes as I used to is the quality of the clothes and fabrics that are now in the stores is shit. Take a moment to take this in because maybe you haven't noticed, but as someone who sews clothes and knows her fabric, I think, yeah, and you know what? Even if you don't sew, you can see the quality is declining. You can see the seams are off those shirts. You can see that your clothes are not lasting the same way that they used to, and the fabrics are just uncomfortable, unbreathable, itchy, and they're just not good. Yeah. So this is very obvious reason. I think that most of us can tell by now that the fast fashion industry, I don't know how to say that word, okay? But fast fashion is rising, and with that, they are using shit fabrics like polyester. And it's not good for your skin, it's not good for your wallet, because why do we spend money on something that we're gonna throw in like a year or even less than a year? That's crazy. So that's why I try not to buy clothes, because I can see the quality is not good. The second reason why I am not buying as much clothes is the prices. The prices of the clothes that are shit and the prices of the clothes that aren't shit, I feel like both of them are pretty high, at least for me as a student. I cannot just spend my money on something that won't last for me and doesn't look quite as good as I want it to. I would not spend any money on it. If it was maybe really cheap, but the quality was better, then sure, maybe. But what I'm seeing is high prices and low quality pieces. And that's not a good combination, not for me and not for you. So please, just stay away from those brands. I'm not gonna say any names, but I think you already know. I'm not buying from those brands, and I'm not buying from high quality brands either. And the reason for that is, again, I do not have the money and I know how to sew. So I'm just not spending any money on it because it's too expensive and I can do it myself. The next reason is the clothes itself, the style of the clothes that we have on those stores and online. What I'm finding, especially like if I go to the mall, is all of the stores, all of the clothing are kind of the same style, and sometimes I'm not for that style. Like I look at it and I'm like, yeah, this is too basic, this is not really my style, and sometimes that's just the way it goes, and those stores really pick up on trends and they're all doing kind of the same thing, and then I just find myself not buying anything. Not only that, I also find that most of these stores and even online websites are selling us very like fancy clothes that we are supposed to wear on like a special occasion, and I don't have that many special occasions, and even if I did, I don't need tons of dresses and like fancy tops. I only need a few and I can wear the same thing again. So yeah, I'm not falling for this because I don't wear those type of clothes on a daily basis. So I don't need a lot of them. So I just stopped buying them. The fourth reason is the ethics. And what do I mean by that? I mean that the way that those clothes are made, I'm talking about the fast fashion brands that we're seeing everywhere and everyone seems to be buying. Yeah, those workers, they just work day and night for a very, very, very little salary, and they're basically slaves. So please take that in for a second, because you're buying clothes from a brand that supports slavery. And yeah, they're not working for free, but they're getting like, I don't know, $1 or two for a day, for an hour. Like I don't have the numbers, but I could add them, but it's basically for free. And they're letting children do this work. Those children are tired and don't want to do this, trust me. And I don't know, I just don't like the feeling of buying for someone who supports that kind of behavior. I rather just know that my clothes are made from good intention and not just to mass produce and do those clothes in any condition which could be dangerous for the people that work there. And that's just, yeah, I just hate that. The environment. You probably know, because you live in this earth, that the environment situation is not good. Yeah. While we order a bunch of clothes from brands that just use the worst fabric that can, how do you say that word? I forgot how to say that word. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, while you're supporting those stores online and those stores in the, while you're making your orders to go and ship all the way from China to your doorstep, you realize how much of a damage to the environment those orders make. And for sure, those stores won't do anything to cut down on that damage because they just don't care. So they will wrap everything in plastic and they will make their clothes in the worst kind of materials that does not do good for the environment, instead of using something that is more natural but is more expensive, but they're trying to save every single penny so they can sell to you those things in the cheapest price ever. And yeah, that's just, it's annoying. The next reason is overconsumption. We don't need that much clothes. That's it, period. We really don't. Sometimes we just think we need something or want something, but we're not exactly stopping to think, do we actually need it? Do we actually want to wear it? Or is it just in the moment? So if you have this issue of just buying things because you think you need it and you think you want it, please stop and think if you actually do. Because sometimes I think I found the most gorgeous thing that I wanted for a long time, but then I stop myself, I think, I do not buy at that same moment, and I realize it's not exactly the thing that I needed. So just think about it. I know how to sew, and if you will learn how to sew, or you know how to sew already, then the kids in my block are crazy. Anyway, so if you know how to sew, you can do whatever you want yourself. It is much better for the environment, and it is so much fun. It's like it's a hobby for you, and it's much cheaper than to buy the things at the stores. You can actually buy the materials, which are not that expensive. You can actually thrift something, and you can actually take something that you already have in your closet and you don't wear it and just make something new out of it. So that won't cost you any money. If you're like me, if you really take everything that you have in your closet and you save everything, then yeah, it won't cost you, unless you want to do something very specific, that you need very specific things for it, and even then it's not that pricey. My next point is kind of attached to this point, but kind of different, and it is about creativity. We talked earlier about the fact that the stores aren't very presenting unique styles, and they are all basically the same most of the time. So if you know how to sew and you just want to transform your clothes in any different ways, then you can come up with much unique pieces that you won't see anywhere else. And you also know that you made it and you spent time on it and you effort, and you really want to wear it because of that. So it's not like just buying something really fast because you want it and then you forget about it and you don't care much about it and you don't care much for it, as if it was something that you made. Buying second hand. And when you're buying second hand, of course, it is much better than buying something new, because it's better for the environment, of course, and it helps us deal with the overconsumption. Also, I think it is better quality most of the time. A lot of things that you see in my videos and things that I wear are actually secondhand, or my grandma gave me that were hers, and I think it's a much slower pace of buying things, and it is better because it takes you maybe longer to find the exact piece that you want, and also it is cheaper than buying something new. And a lot of the times, like I said, it is more unique to say that you bought it secondhand and only you have this piece possibly. So really cool. When I was in high school, I wore a lot of clothes that my grandma gave me, and people were always asking me, where did you get that? And I'll always say that my grandma gave that to me, and they were either like shocked or they were like, oh, this again, I can't buy the same thing. And yeah, this will surprise you. Like, my grandma's have a lot of style, and I was very lucky in that. But I'm sure that your family have stuff that they don't need, that they can probably give you for free, and a lot of the times those things that I get is actually the things that I want at the same time, at the same point in my life, which is really weird. It's like a psychic thing, and I'm very fortunate for that. But yeah, that's why I always remind myself to not go and buy something, because I end up getting the same thing for free, and also it is vintage. So now I want to show you the few things that I did get this spring and summer, and those things are shorts, denim jeans shorts, because I really needed one pair of those denim shorts for the summer, which is pretty reasonable because I am going to the beach and I did not have another pair. So I also bought a cute dress that I thought that I could wear like at the holiday dinner, and it was very cute. It was secondhand and it was a pretty reasonable price, so I thought it is unique and it is worth it. And I have a weakness for dresses with flowers, flower dresses in the spring and the summer. So yeah. Also got this denim jacket which is cropped, because I wanted for a long time this dark denim jacket cropped, and I found it at the thrift store. So it was also very cheap, and I think it's good quality. It's enough for me. It's exactly what I wanted. So I think it's a good purchase. And the last thing, no, and I also got this top this summer. I just was very influenced by the trend of this kind of pattern. I also made a top with this pattern myself. I did a short on it, but yeah, this top was really soft, comfortable. I did not expect to get it. I just wanted to try it on, but then it really surprised me, and the price wasn't too bad, so I thought that would be cool. And the last thing is what I bought on my vacation, and it is the sundress, the white dress that I really wanted, this kind of style and this kind of color, and I really loved the details of the bows that it has on the shoulders. That's a big reason why I loved it even more. Yeah, and those are all the things that I got. Disclaimer is that I'm not including activewear or like things that you wear inside of your house, like pajamas and bras and underwear, because in this video I'm only including things that you wear outside of your house. I think it's just different categories, and I do think that I need to get better at those categories too, but I promise you it's not that bad. Let me know which of these reasons you resonated with the most, and let me know if you want more videos like this. This was part 1 of this video. I don't want to make this too much long of a video, and if you want to see part 2 of this video of why I'm not buying as much, why I only bought 5 things this spring and summer, then be sure to like this video, comment, and of course subscribe so you won't miss part 2. I love making those kind of videos, and I hope you like them too. So hopefully the next time I will have an actual microphone to film this, but until then, bye.